Coming up next is Personality Development by R. Ilangovan.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to discuss about personality development. What is this personality development? Personality development is nothing but a person's ability to tackle his own self. Because in this world, every human being are born to live. Of course, there are so many people who just exist. But it's under the mercy of God. They should also be brought to live. That's a different story. But today, if you want to live a disciplined, complete, happy, prosperous, wealthy, enviable, understandable life, you need to shape yourself. You need to follow certain tips in your life to mold yourself. Because I strongly believe that you are the shaper of your own destiny. And there are so many phases in personality development. The way you talk, the way you dress, the way you communicate with people, the way you adapt to the circumstances, the way you aim at certain goal, the way you try to prosper, and so many facets. In this aspect, we can also call it as personal grooming. That is, grooming yourself. And when you finish your college studies and step into the world of employment, this personality development matters most, because 60% of test is based on your grades and the remaining 40% is based on your personality. And all the companies need employees who fulfill this criteria. And of course, there are so many companies who spend thousands and thousands of rupees to groom their own employees. So that this happens in all software companies, that you can see it on your own naked eyes. And the foremost point is, what are the basic factors which makes you comfortable, which makes you powerful to attain your goal? Let us discuss about that now. The first one is discipline. If health is lost, something is lost. If wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If character is lost, everything lost. So that is a big saying. So discipline. How to discipline yourself? Externally, internally. External discipline talks about your dress code. When you're going for an interview, how you dress yourself, what are the costumes you prefer, and what type of shirt you like to wear, what type of shoes you like to wear. All this matters. And internal is control of your emotions, how to overcome emotional imbalance. That is what you call it as internal discipline. In this workaday world, in this world of sharp troubles, you can see people losing their temper every now and then. You know, my dear friend, the weakest man's is the one who gets anger immediately. So anger is weak man's weapon. So if you could control your anger, 50% of your problems are solved. And then when you talk to people, the way you communicate also matters. Politeness. And all these qualities comes under a big topic called attitude. Attitudes are the major factor in life one has to cultivate right from his younger days. And because this is a complicated world, you're going to meet complicated people, different races, different religious background, different sects, different ideologies. So if you have to match with these type of people and survive and come up nicely, you need to mold yourself. So attitude is the primary concern for every individual to come up in their lives. Okay? And then, so we talked about anger. So how to control your anger. So you need to control your anger. There are so many types of anger control management. And of course, what I know personally is, if you are very much aware of yoga, so yoga is a good form of exercise which makes you to control your emotions. So yoga is a powerful weapon where it can be used in all forms of personality development. And other than that, what you call application of mind. So if you could apply your mind at a particular problem which tries to trigger your anger, and think seriously and take a decision without harming any individual, of course this anger theory, anger management can be done at least to the higher level. And then the next point I would like to stress here is, and sometimes you feel very much stressed in your life, stress is a very major factor today which is found in the society, because this is a developing nation. Even the developed countries have this problem called stress. Stress is a powerful weakness, or I don't say it's weakness, powerful force in human body as well as human mind, which troubles an individual a lot. I can also put it this way: stress is a silent killer. So it's very deadly and dangerous than any other deadly disease in this world. So stress is, you can also find stress even in babies. So that's what a scientific survey says today. So among the youths, you could see the stressful behavior quite common in the schools, in the colleges. Every day whenever we open the newspapers and we read the articles found in the newspapers, there are evidences that there are school students who commit suicide because they don't get good marks in the examination. And of course there are also cases of suicidal cases because the parents has scolded them, or they didn't bother about them, the teacher has scolded him or her, and immediately they go to take the extreme step of what you call death. So that is very cruel. And what is the reason for that? Because of the stress. So stress has two factors. One, you call it as constructive stress, and the other we call it as destructive stress. So constructive stress is the one which can be called as a short-term goals. For example, if you need to do something tomorrow, you think about that thing today and keep planning, and it may be over tomorrow. But whereas for the long time goals, you keep planning every now and then till you reach that period of time, and till then your mind is totally stressful. So that we need to have a good check about it. So ambitions, of course, is the basic necessity of life. Without ambitions, a life is meaningless. But ambitions should not bring you a lot of disturbance in your mind as well as your soul. So that point I would like to stress here. And one thing, there are people who are always pessimistic. So they say that the government is not good, the people around me are not good, my relatives are not good, my parents are not good, my education was not good. If I would have studied in this school, I would have come up nicely. If I would have gone to this company, I would have got a good amount of pay and all that. And they keep brooding over something or other. So that pessimistic attitude will also lead to stress. So stress is a very, very common phenomena found today in this world, and where the youth should be aware of that. So try to take things lightly. Of course, there will be areas where you need to concentrate more. But the more you concentrate, try to avoid stress in that area of concentration. That's what I would like to say here. And the next point I would like to tell you is emotional imbalances. And of course, for tackling this emotional imbalance, you need emotional intelligence. Okay, so emotional imbalances is that man is bound to so many weaknesses, and that's why great saints and philosophers has instructed man to win over all these emotions and try to be as cool and calm as the middle part of the ocean. I could also say that you should try to be cool as a cucumber. But still, these emotional imbalances come in us, and many a times it trouble you a lot. Your soul is disturbed. You feel very what you call you always feel that you are in a tremor, some earthquake like feeling in your mind as well as your soul, and this is the result of your what you call emotional imbalances. So for everything in this world there is a solution. There is no lock without a key, my dear friend, and so there is, for every problem there is a solution. So if you could control your emotions and use your brain, use your logical power, apply to it and think very deeply, definitely you can come out with a solution. Or else, if you could not come out with a solution, you can ask your well-wishers, mentors, whoever is available, whoever is near to you, whoever is very good for you. You can go to them, discuss about this problem and come out of it successfully. And such is the case, you can balance your emotion. And we have to cross, when we cross gardens, of course, we need to cross deserts also. So the point here is, whether we cross the gardens or the deserts, you need to keep your mind and soul calm, cool, and comfortable, so that when the crossing occurs in your life, it will not trouble you the most. So, and one more thing I would like to give small tips to the youths regarding personality development. That is, they need to sharpen their presence of mind, because presence of mind is very important in today's life. You need to be more sharp and alert, and you should not waste your time when certain things come to you. And for example, I tell you about solution finding or decision making. When you need to decide something, you need to decide very fast as well as intelligently. That makes your life more happier, as well as your life depends on your valuable decisions. So sometimes you could not decide on certain things. You can very well take the experience and help of the elders at your family or outside, whomever you know, and your parents are very much for that. They are ready to offer you all your help. So my dear young boys and girls, I would like to tell you, you can't decide everything perfectly, because your age also matters. So try to go to your parents, try to go to other elders whom you know, and have a counseling, have a discussion with them, and tell them about your problems and come out with a solution, so that your efforts become easy as well as your future will also be bright. So decision making is a very important area in your life, where, for example, another example I would like to tell you, after you complete your school, you would like to do professional courses. If your grades are good, if your grades are not that much good, which is in need for professional degree, you may go for some other courses. Sometimes you will be in a very typical and difficult situation to which course I should choose and which course I should not. So at that point of time, you can go to your parents or you can go to your teachers. They are very much available for you and they are very much for you. You should think that way, and you can ask them which course is good for me, and they may ask you which course interests you a lot. Based on your interest, also based on the what you call efficiency of the course as well as the power of the course, they will suggest you the right course to do. And once you get that suggestions, you can go to the colleges, apply for that course, and you can start studying there. This is what I would like to tell you as decision making, and then logical thinking, and in full attitude. The attitude that matters for a successful person. Whether it's a boy or a girl, you need to have a good attitude to win over life. Otherwise, life will become miserable. So my dear young boys and girls, you try to concentrate on these areas which we have been discussing all this time. And if you have more doubts on that, you can very well refer to so many books. And one more thing I would like to add here is, all the boys and girls should frequent libraries. There are plenty of libraries available in Chennai city, and in Chennai you have very beautiful, very ancient, and the most worthful books you can find in big libraries. For example, you have Connemara Library, which is an ocean of books, and of course you have British Council Library, American Council General, and so many other libraries in small towns and villages. So if you happen to step into the libraries, definitely the world will be different for you, because the more you read, the more you become civilized. The more you become civilized, the more you become more comfortable, and more perfect. So that is why I recommend strongly all the young boys and girls to visit the library and keep reading books. Whatever books available in the library, you can read them. You can go to the library and ask for membership, and there are so many libraries which is membership is free of cost. And of course, if you are a college student, definitely you can go to the college, ask for a bona fide certificate, and taking that certificate to the library, and there are libraries who are very much ready to accept you as their member if you have that bona fide certificate. So all these facilities are available, and there are so many colleges which is sponsoring the students to go to the library and get membership. So when these things are available in this world, why not you think about that? Why don't you think wisely about that? Why don't you use that opportunity? Those opportunities will never knock the door for other people, but it is knocking your door. Try to use that opportunity, because if you use that opportunity, your entire life will become a bliss. It will become a celebration. So you try to step into libraries, read well, read all the books of your interest, and try to mold yourself. So in full, I would like to tell you is personality development is nothing but a person's ability to mold himself, to groom himself. We can also put it in another word. It is called personal grooming, because after all, the world is going to be yours when you are a successful man. Thank you.
You have listened to Personality Development by R. Ilangovan.